Hey viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a new series. I think I'm going to title it Journey to Crypto Farming, or Crypto Mining, I should say. Journey to Crypto Mining. So we're in the house. For all those of you who watched the Journey to Homestead series, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. And so we're in the house, so that series is pretty well complete. I've got a few more videos to post if I haven't already. Timelines are a bit of a mess, but videos aren't done. I'm gonna keep filming and showing y'all what I'm up to. And right now, the next project is doing some at-home crypto mining. So I've been a crypto enthusiast for some time, and I wanted to get into it because I figure, hey, be a nice thing to do, generate some crypto. So my plan is to get some ASIC Bitcoin miners up and running in this attic space. So we're in the attic. You should recognize it from videos past. This is just on the other side of the game room. And what I'm going to do is use this area to house miners, at least as many as I can fit. And the happy accident with that is that because I had to run that big beefy electrical cable up to the furnace, I can tap some power. Because in reality, I got 125 amps I can get on that cable, but it's really only going to be using like 10 most of the time. The only time that that thing will ever get loaded is if we're on backup heat, and that means it's getting cold. And so if that ever happens, then I can always shut down miners to make sure the furnace has enough power, so I don't keep popping breakers. And that's if I completely max everything out. So my plan is to basically, I'm going to cut that cable and tap it and put a panel up here to feed the miners. And then out of that panel will be a breaker feeding the other sub panel. So basically I have 125 amps in, 125 amps out. And that should be perfectly fine. One thing I'm going to have to do, since I'm gonna have to splice. So I'm actually gonna have a large junction box to splice that that feeder cable. So we'll go into more detail about that in coming videos as I start to build it out. But that's the general plan. So come up out of that wall, make a cut, splice box, and then out of the splice box into a panel that's gonna go on that wall. And then out of that panel, I'll have a breaker to feed on back up to the attic, and then I'll have a panel to power the crypto miners. So tentative plan is to get one Antminer S17 to start. That seemed to be the sweet spot of return on investment, as well as not spending an absolute fortune to get the latest and greatest. And so I'm going to take you through the journey of the build out. And honestly, these videos are probably going to be in the same format as I've done previously. It's me holding an iPhone, showing you what I did. It's not really like a step-by-step tutorial. It's more of just how I approached it from a general perspective. There are much better videos on all this stuff on YouTube, and I'm not going to put the production value into to duplicate it because I don't think I can do as good of a job. I don't care to video edit, so I figure I'd give you quick and dirty content, and hopefully that's what brings you back to the channel. Is I'll try to give you something very simple and without a lot of fluff. Speaking of fluff, look at the floor. So step one of this build out is shaving down all this foam so I can because I'm actually going to finish this area out. I'm going to drywall it and, make it a little nicer than attic. So as you can see kind of what the walls look like before, right? Especially kind of your before and after of the rafters, and then what I've exposed. You can see exactly how buried in foam all this stuff was, which is not a bad thing. Because if I'm not finishing this out, I would like it all buried. It's more insulation. More that I really didn't pay for, right? I mean, the job was quoted as to fill the rafter bays, and boy, did they. So this is the result of me shaving all this down. So I got a mess to clean up. But I'm going to start drywalling all this in, and then I will surface mount all the electrical components, just so it'll be easy to run wires and change things. It's all going to be EMT conduit, so that'll be fun. And yeah, that's about it. But the main focus of this video, aside from introductions, is showing you step one, shaving down this foam. So they make tools for this. You know, the installers have fancy power tools, and those are expensive. They make hand tools too, but I really couldn't find much about them. And then I've seen some people that say, yeah, I use this particular like brush used on horses. Like you can get like an equine supply store, and that looked weird. So I improvised and used what I already had. And what I did all that shaving with was that guy right there. Metal 2-inch framing square. That's a steel one. I'd probably prefer steel over aluminum. That one, it was my grandfather's, so Lord knows how old it is, but it worked great. So 2-foot steel framing square, you know, set it between the rafters, between the studs, and scrape down. And it's certainly not as clean as what the proper tool will do. You could see dips and valleys or whatever, but for this area, I really don't care. It's going to be fine. I mean, I would love to have a nice clean block in there, you know, where it looks all pretty, but I'm not going to spend the money to get those results when this will do. You know, if I'm doing a whole house, if I was doing the whole attic, you know, everything all the way around, I would probably pop for the right tool and the power tool or something, you know, to really make it nice, but I'm not. I'm just doing this area, and if I do any more, it'll be later, so it's in short bursts. And it really didn't take that much time. I mean, I probably have just over an hour to shave all this in you know, labor, so it's not bad. So that's what I used to shave this foam down, and the results I think are fine. You know, it's good enough to get the drywall on there. And then, yeah, that's all you need to do. One thing I'm going to have to do for my particular case is, you can see on the corner, I'm going to have to box out that corner. I won't be able to just do like an inside corner there. I'll have to build a box around it and frame around it, because I've got, you can see the air conditioning line set there. There's also some air conditioning control wires there. And you see that black cable? That's the coax for the over-the-air antenna for television. So I'll reroute and tie up, but the line set, you know, and obviously the power cable we're moving, but the line set and the other cable, control cable, I really can't move that. And so I'm just going to box around it. It's not going to take up that much space. And yeah, that is about it for this video. Hopefully a good introduction as to where we're going, and hope you enjoy it. And thanks for coming along the journey. We'll see you next time.